everyone, and welcome to Vlogmas Week 2. Friday night, I finished work and it's been a very long week. Work has been good, but it's just felt long and kind of felt long to all of us. But me and a few of my friends are going to a Christmas market. There's gonna be alcohol, German food, ice skating. Fun fact about me, I'm horrifically unathletic, but I did do figure skating lessons throughout puberty, so I'm not actually the worst at that. Good morning, it's Saturday morning and I'm about ready to drive to Birmingham, Alabama, where my brother lives. Well, he lives kind of around there, but I've never been to Birmingham before. I've heard it's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, the weather is terrible. It's about 100% chance of rain just for the entire day, but I'm sure we'll just eat a lot of food and drink some beer and it will be fine. Speaking of Birmingham, if you need a new podcast to listen to, I highly recommend the Popcast with Knox and Jamie. They're both based in Birmingham, but it's such a funny pop culture popcast. It's two people, a man and a woman, and they're both friends, and it is just hilarious. So I'm probably gonna listen to that along the way, but definitely check it out and let me know if you enjoy them. Back home, it's Saturday morning and went for dinner at this wonderful place called The Essential, and the pasta was great. I forgot to take a video of it, but I remembered that on their Instagram they make these really good homemade Pop-Tarts, and I asked them and they said they still sell them in the evenings. So I bought it, brought it back home, and I just heated it up in the oven and I am so excited. Oh, I'm scared it's really hot. Oh my god. I don't know if you can see how flaky it is, but this is the raspberry one. Oh my god. It might be a little hard to understand me because I have teeth whiteners on, but if you're ever in a bad mood, just turn on Billy on the Street. In my opinion, it's the funniest TV show that I think is on right now. I just watch his YouTube videos, or it's on True TV, but Billy on the Street is my favorite. Hi everyone, it's Wednesday around 1 o'clock and I'm working from home today. It's Wednesday. The new schedule I'm trying to do is working from home 2 days a week and once in the middle of the week because it kind of breaks it up nicely, but I have not been getting much work done today at all. I've just been feeling really tired and down. I've been working all day consistently, but just not getting a lot actually done. So I've heard it's good to change your pace, and so I've heard it's good to change your scenery, so I'm gonna head over to Starbucks and try working from there and see if that kind of gives me a little bit of a pick-me-up. It's kind of in between. Hello and welcome to, I don't think I've ever filmed in here before, but this is my bedroom. I finished No Exit, which some of you guys said you were really interested in when I showed my book of the month haul. So I figured I would throw in a mini review because I do have some intense feelings about this. No spoilers, of course, but No Exit is a thriller that's about a young girl while she's in college, and she's a pretty bad relationship with her mother. She finds out that her mother has cancer and is going to die very soon. So she's trying to get home quickly, but of course course, there's a massive snowstorm, so she gets stuck at this rest stop with some disturbing characters. And when she's at the rest stop, there are 3 other people there, and when she goes outside, I forget the specific reason for why, she sees a van, she sees a window, and she notices that there is a little girl trapped in a cage in the back. So then she goes back in, and she can tell pretty much right away this is not a spoiler in any way, because there's a lot more that happens in the book. But she can figure out pretty much right away, just based on whose car is who, that there's this creepy kid who's just like a mouth breather covered in acne. That's basically how he's described, kind of a teenager. And it's very obvious that is his van. So the rest of the book is figuring out, how do I save this girl when the roads aren't even going to be open until the next day? She doesn't know if she can trust the other people either. And I have to say, the first, I mean, it's a pretty quick book, but the first 50 or so pages, I absolutely hated this because it's very difficult to feel scared by someone who's farting all the time, because the villain is just described as being very gross, and it's just hard to feel any sort of tension when that is your villain. But I will say, once we got through the first 50 or so pages, it did start getting a lot more intense. It was a lot gorier than I thought it'd be, and it was a lot darker than overall I thought it'd be. In the end, I think I gave this 2.5 out of 5 stars. I didn't love it at all, but it was kind of a fun, fast-paced read. But at the same time, I'm probably gonna forget that this book existed within the next like 2 months. And now I just wanted to have a little, I don't want to say heart-to-heart, but chat with you guys. As I talked about in my first Vlogmas video, I recently went through a breakup, which does not make me special. It happens to all of us. It was kind of funny because some of you assumed automatically that I had been broken up with, and then some of you assumed that I had broken up with my boyfriend, and it really just kind of mutually ended because we didn't see ourselves together 10+ years from now, and we're not teenagers. It's different when you're dating when you're in your late 20s, because you're kind of like, even if I really care about you, if we don't see this 10 years from now, what's the point in continuing to date? So yeah, that's basically the gist. There wasn't incredibly anything dramatic, but I did want to say thank you for all of your kind words. But you know, everybody goes through this. But I will say the thing that I'm finding personally really hard is also not very unique, and it's something I think anybody who dates this day and age goes through, and that's that I hate dating via apps, but at this point it just seems like it's the only avenue that you can go down. I mean, I know that there are meetups that you can do, and you know, you can go and find clubs and activities of things you're interested in, and then hope that maybe there's someone who's around your age that you're attracted to will happen to also come, and they'll also happen to be single. But I just find, and I think that this is just a fact, I think dating is so much harder these days than it was 20 years ago. And I'm not trying to be one of those millennials who is like, woe is me, things are so hard these days, because I know that there were other things that were much more difficult 20 years ago. I'm not by any means saying that we're struggling so much more in every single capacity than our parents were. I'm not saying that at all. But I do think that because we have so many options, even if you're dating somebody you really like, in the back of our minds we're always thinking, well, I might open an app and just do one more swipe and find someone who's even more perfect for me. And it really does make it harder. That I don't think can be disputed. It's just a psychological fact that when we have endless options immediately at our disposal in our palm, that it makes decisions harder. There's so many studies where they'll even set up items in a shop that you can buy, and when there are 5 different choices people can pick, but when there's 15 they can't, and sometimes they'll buy nothing. That's kind of a bad analogy, but I think you guys know what I'm getting at, and I'm not looking for any kind of advice. I'm just looking to have maybe a mutual vent session because I think one of the strangest things about dating is, especially when you'll go on 1 or 2 dates with someone and it'll go really well, and then you both, just for whatever reason, never message each other again. And that person could have been someone that maybe you would have been wonderful with, but maybe for whatever reason you happen to start messaging with somebody else, and you think, oh well, maybe I would be more interested in this person, and you go and date with them, and then by that point you've forgotten about the other person, so that what could have been a great relationship has fizzled out. It just feels as if dating has become so much more complex because of our endless array of options. And me and a couple of my friends have been talking about this, and it just feels tiring. It doesn't feel fun. And I will say, for me personally, I am super happy being single, so do not be watching this video and get it twisted that I'm one of those girls who's like, I need to have a boyfriend at all times, I need to be hunting It's not that. It's almost the opposite for me, because I could go easily a year and not go on a single date and I would be happy. But at the same time, I do know that down the road I would like to be in a relationship, so I just have to go ahead and put in that effort. But it's just not effort I'm looking forward to putting in, and I know that sounds lazy, but it's true. So those are my thoughts, none of them unique, just a little venting session about dating. And I'm not really like actively trying to date right now, but I'm just not looking forward to trying is really all that I'm saying. But I hope you guys are having a good week. I hope you're looking forward to hopefully having some school or time off work with the holidays. I know that I am, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. Bye.